About 8 billion Earthlings simultaneously received shocking news delivered through various channels, TV, phones, social media, dreams, ensuring everyone grasped it. The revelation: they are characters in YouTube videos depicting a scenario where the moon breaks in half. While this is a hypothetical story for the audience, for them it becomes reality. The good news? A jest. There is no actual good news. But reassuringly, the apocalypse won't start, or maybe just a tiny bit. Have a nice day. Initially, global panic ensues, but after a few days, people calm down, entertaining the idea that it might have been a mass hallucination and the moon will be fine. However, scientists unveil a real danger: a colossal meteorite hurtling from the distant depths of space. It's super fast, flat, and ominously sharp-edged. Fortunately, it will miss Earth by a few thousand miles, but the moon won't be as fortunate. The meteorite slices through our Earth's only natural satellite, cutting it perfectly in half, causing a mesmerizing celestial event. Surprisingly, the moon's gravity pulls its halves back together. Scientists predict reconnection in a couple of billion years, and people around the world celebrate this good news, although the initial voice was incorrect. Then another cosmic challenge emerges. A massive meteorite shaped like a shoe enters our solar system, crashing into one half of the moon. The fragmented moon now forms a celestial belt, triggering a small meteor shower on Earth. Most of the rocks burn up in the atmosphere, but a substantial part orbits the planet, disrupting artificial satellites and communication systems. Despite these celestial upheavals, Earth perseveres. People adapt to the changes, restoring stability over the course of a few years. The cosmic drama unfolds, a blend of fiction and reality where the unexpected becomes the new normal. The altered state of Earth, resembling Saturn with its rotating fragments and disrupted moon, leads to widespread consequences. The destruction of artificial satellites causes communication and the internet to work inconsistently, taking years to restore stability. The International Space Station is no more, but astronauts return safely before the lunar debris reaches them. Moon rocks scatter across the planet, and people observe half of the moon in the sky. Initially, daily life remains relatively unchanged, but coastal residents notice significant consequences due to the disrupted tides. The moon's influence on tides, shaping them into an oval, is disturbed. Tides are no longer synchronized with the moon's presence, impacting seabirds, fish, sea turtles, and other coastal animals. The weakened gravitational force of the moon poses threats to the ecosystem. Creatures relying on lunar cues for feeding, breeding, and migration face survival challenges. For instance, baby turtles anticipating a strong morning tide are stranded, becoming vulnerable to predators like seagulls. Crabs struggle to lay eggs due to the early tide, and wolves in the woods exhibit unusual behavior, incessantly howling at night. The entire natural world is in disarray as organisms grapple with the changes. Humans also experience physical discomfort, with fluctuations in blood pressure and severe headaches affecting many. Adapting to this new lunar reality becomes a slow and complex process, potentially taking several decades or even centuries for the ecosystem to stabilize. The world faces a profound transformation as it navigates the challenges brought about by the shattered moon and its consequences on Earth's delicate balance. The consequences of the disrupted moon continue to unfold, affecting the Earth in profound ways. The days are now shorter as the moon's influence, which used to slow the Earth's rotation, is no longer present. The Earth is spinning faster, reducing the day to 15 hours. This accelerated rotation creates disruptions in people's lives. Sleep patterns are disturbed, leading to issues like insomnia or oversleeping as the body struggles to adjust to the new rhythm. Work schedules worldwide undergo significant changes. Offices that used to operate during the night now shift to a schedule where people arrive at 7 a.m. and leave at 2 p.m. The reduced working hours impact progress, with technologies of the future lagging behind by 20 to 30 years. Despite the shorter work time, hourly pay remains the same, resulting in decreased income for workers. While the moon stabilizes the weather and climate on Earth, the altered rotation brings about new challenges. The half of the moon that approached Earth disrupts the planet's stable rotation, leading to changes in seasonal temperatures. Hot regions experience even higher temperatures, and cold regions see more snowstorms. Weather patterns become more extreme, with short, intense downpours, typical breezes escalating into hurricanes, and small waves growing into tsunamis. The accelerated rotation also accelerates the pace of seasonal changes. Winters become colder and summers grow hotter. The Earth, without the moderating influence of the Moon, is experiencing more rapid and intense shifts in its climate, creating a world that is both unpredictable and challenging for its inhabitants. The alteration in the Earth's rotation has a cascade of effects that shape the future of the planet. The disruption of the rotation impacts the Earth's magnetic field, rendering compasses and navigation systems unstable. Recalculating the directions of north and south becomes a necessity, and even birds find it challenging to migrate without a reliable internal compass. Over several hundred years, however, life adapts to the new normal. People become accustomed to the changed conditions on Earth, and new species of animals and fish emerge. Birds, once confused by the disrupted magnetic field, learn to navigate the sky using the Moon as a guide. Economies stabilize, and the planet witnesses a restoration of prosperity. Hourly wages increase, and people find a balance in their sleep patterns, getting sufficient rest with 5 to 6 hours of sleep a day while working for 4 to 5 hours. The reduction in the length of day and night has a significant impact on the entertainment industry, with movies lasting only an hour and TV series episodes around 30 minutes, reflecting the faster pace of life. As time progresses, people evolve. Adaptations occur in response to the altered environment. Human eyes develop to have larger pupils that can absorb more light. With half of the Moon dimmed, nights become darker, prompting an evolutionary shift towards larger and more light-sensitive eyes. Animals also adapt to navigate better in the darker conditions, developing larger and more sensitive eyes. Life expectancy increases, and the average person now lives to be 96 years old. Despite the changes in the perception of time and the physical characteristics of the inhabitants, the fundamental calculus of time remains unchanged. Once again, folks find themselves tuned into this peculiar voice, the one that once claimed they were all just characters in a hypothetical YouTube video. This time, the voice declares, "Your story ends because the video ends. I'm sorry, good night." But let's rewind a bit to when it all began, with a subtle shift on our planet. Initially, people started noticing a change in the Moon. It seemed to glow brighter and appear a tad larger, but folks didn't give it much thought. Little did they know, this lunar alteration was wreaking havoc on tides worldwide. Beaches were flooded, and astonishing marine creatures like giant squids and anglerfish ventured unusually close to the shores, defying their deep-sea norms. The strangeness didn't stop there. Birds, once masters of navigation, lost their way. Instead of migrating south for the winter, they aimlessly circled cities. The Moon, a guiding light for these creatures, seemed to have abandoned its post. Even ship captains faced a new challenge as their compasses went haywire, pointing in unpredictable directions due to a shift in the Earth's magnetic poles. And then came the realization: the Moon, for some mysterious reason, was inching closer to Earth. Its gravitational dance with our planet triggered a domino effect: climate changes, shifts in animal behavior, and disturbances in the magnetic field. Rain fell in arid regions, and the coldest places experienced unexpected heat. Ecosystems worldwide took a hit. Near forests, a constant chorus of howls disrupted the nights. Wolves, usually elusive, were driven to madness by the Moon's unsettling influence. As the Earth's natural satellite expanded in size, the night sky lit up intensely. While nothing catastrophic had occurred yet, a sense of impending doom lingered. People, resistant to the idea that the end was near, clung to hope. But then, on one fateful day, the Moon reached a critical point, and the story took an unexpected turn. You're strolling down the street, lost in the rhythm of your music, when suddenly someone pushes you. Brushing it off, you continue, but then a girl accidentally bumps into you, apologizing with fear in her eyes. Perplexed, you look ahead to see a crowd rushing toward you. Removing your headphones, you catch the sound of screams and sirens filling the air. Oddly, hundreds of seagulls are circling above, adding to the chaotic symphony. Amidst the confusion, a strange noise captures your attention, like the flow of water. In the city center, miles from the shore, this doesn't make sense. But there's no time to dwell, because, in the distance, a colossal wave is charging down the street straight at you. Quick thinking leads you to a nearby building, and you ascend to the 10th floor just in time. From this vantage point, you witness the deluge submerging the city. The force of the water sweeps away cars, single-story buildings, and trees. Unbelievably, you spot sharks and various fish swimming in the flooded streets. People seek refuge in homes and on rooftops, and the city plunges into catastrophe. In the building where you've sought shelter, a working TV broadcasts the grim reality unfolding globally. Floods are ravaging cities worldwide, colossal tsunamis are obliterating coastal areas. Some waves tower to the height of a 30-story building, wiping entire towns off the map. The cause? The Moon. Once a guardian of stability, now it's too close, altering our planet's gravity and triggering havoc. As the moon orbits Earth ever closer, its gravitational dance disrupts our climate, causing Earth to tilt slightly and unleashing massive floods globally. The balance that once kept our world in harmony is shattered, and the consequences are catastrophic. Oceans sway from one side to another, reminiscent of a tilted glass of water. This lunar chaos transforms daily life. Streets flood only to retreat to the shore hours later, an unpredictable ebb and flow. The oceans reclaim the city, a relentless cycle that persists day after day as the moon continues its ominous proximity to Earth.